everything we buy comes with instructions. Your movie cameras, our TVs, everything comes with instructions. We come with nothing, right?
We were intended to be whole and healthy and complete and strong and vital in the world. And if that's not happening, there is a reason. And it is actually something that we've been doing to get in the way of that naturally expressing on its own.
In the 1900s, less than 4% of Americans had heart disease. Less than 3% died of heart attacks. Today it's close to 35 to 40% die of heart attacks and strokes. How could it be genetic if these diseases didn't occur in human history? How could even cancer be genetics if, for example, in the Orient, areas of the world have less than 1% of them have breast cancer? They move to America, about 15% of American women get breast cancer.
These things don't just happen to you. They happen because of our choices.
How much genes contribute to the diseases in our world, and it turns out far less than 10%, probably even less than 5%. Well, wait, if genes are only responsible for at most 10% of the illness on our planet, what about the other 90% of illness? And the answer is, it has nothing to do with genes and has everything to do with lifestyle.
I can tell you how to get healthy in one sentence. Do the opposite of what got you sick. So if you weren't moving enough, move more. If you're eating too much, eat less. If you're sleeping too little, sleep more. A disease is a manifestation of disharmony with nature. Have you seen a fat coyote lately?
I've spent almost all my waking hours reading everything from the scientific literature on human nutrition. Probably read over 20,000 medical journal articles. And the bottom line is that you don't have to have a heart attack. You don't have to have strokes. You don't have to get demented when you get older. And yes, we can even win the war against cancer.
Disease is not natural. It's just not, it's normal, but it's not natural.
People don't see disease as something that's a warning. They don't see that the light goes on in their car and the oil light starts flashing oil, 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 and you bring it to the mechanic, and instead of putting more oil in the car, he snips the wires so you don't see it going off. We have the stiffening of the blood vessels, advancing the disease, and you bring it to the doctor, he gives us something to lower the blood pressure. Well, it disconnected your personal responsibility. People completely are disconnected from the idea that they're the cause of their own misery. They think that it's a lack of pills.
We make a choice whether we're going to eat to live or we're going to live to eat. And if you choose to live to eat, and that's what I did for a huge portion of my life, you're likely to be just like everyone else. Sick, fat, on pharmaceutical drugs, and not feeling vibrant. But if you choose to eat to live, you could die young at a very old age.
If you want to be less vulnerable to illness and injury as you move into your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, then there's only one formula, and it doesn't come through your mouth. It's not from a pill, a potion, or processed food. It comes from you getting off your ass, finding something that you love, something that you're excited to get up and do.
Power of thinking is equally powerful, but positive thinking takes you in a healthy direction. Negative thinking can actually kill you.
Absolutely everything that happens in our lives has a spiritual cause. Mental, emotional, and physical events are only effects.
We do have documented cases where there is a seemingly miraculous cessation of symptoms. I mean, we know these things happen. We know that there are people who are told you're going to die within a week who live for another 30 or 40 more years. So I think sometimes we think about and study a little bit too much the places where it goes the way we've heard about it going in many people, and perhaps we don't study enough what happened in that place where a miracle occurred.
Now we're beginning to understand that our hearts literally create a signal within our bodies that communicates with our brain that either affirm our health and our healing or become the obstacle between us and our health and our healing.
We've put our finger on the primary factors that create disease, but people have the right to know it.